Bigfoot fleeing with its baby ritualistic women, spotted on a trail camera devouring a deer carcass, or the supposed frozen head of Bigfoot, who just surfaced for the public to see, these are just a few of the things we will look at, so stick to the end. Let's start with a spine-tingling tale. Our brave camper thought it'd be a grand idea to pitch a tent on a tiny island smack dab in the middle of nowhere. Around 3 in the morning, he is jolted awake by sounds he describes as laughing and grunting. It's completely dark, the kind where you can't see your hand in front of your face. He turns on the light and shouts aggressively, saying he has a knife with him, no sound. He turns off his light and sure enough the noises return, weird grunting. He steps out of his tent to look around and investigate, but finds nothing. Just when he thinks it's all in his head, the sounds start again, laughing and grunting. Is it an animal, maybe? But what kind of animal sounds like that? He retreats to his tent, clutching a knife for protection. He hears more unsettling noises in the morning. He describes it as footsteps and splashing in the water. The unmistakable sense of being watched was his mind playing tricks on him, amplifying every little sound in the stillness, or was there truly something out there? Why do people venture into the wilderness alone? Nature is unpredictable, and let's face it, dangerous, while the wild offers solitude and beauty. It also harbors unknown terrors, and think twice before you venture out on such adventures. I will. Next up is a chilling discovery that will leave you questioning everything. Prepare to have your minds blown. A group of bikers seeking adventure in the infamous McCoy mine in Nevada stumble upon a discovery that will send shivers down your spine. And yes, that's even a kid with them. Brave little soul.
So this is water flow. It is getting great. So we can't trust this.
Now, I've seen some strange things, but this takes the cake. A pile of children's shoes in an abandoned mine. And as if that wasn't creepy enough, there are bones mixed in. It gets worse. Deeper in the mine, they find more skeletal remains. Whether they're human or animal, we can't say. But those shoes, those aren't relics from the past. They're modern Nike's Air Jordans, the kind kids wear today. This raises some seriously disturbing questions. Who the heck collects children's shoes and dumps them in a mine? Is this the work of some twisted individual, a serial killer, perhaps using this place as their own macabre trophy room? But if so many kids went missing, wouldn't there have been a major outcry? This mystery is a rabbit hole of dark possibilities. My mind's racing. And honestly, I can't think of a single logical explanation that makes sense. This is the stuff of nightmares. The bikers wisely decide not to venture any further, and honestly, who could blame them? If you have any theories, let us know in the comments. Sasquatch spotted in the mountains when a couple were hiking on a logging road above one of the lakes in Mission, BC. They took photos of the beautiful views and suddenly spotted something moving on the top of a hill. They were able to zoom in to capture the footage of a hairy ape-like creature. The creature can be seen walking around on the hill and then some point swinging around its arms. So was it a Sasquatch, a man, or something else? Let's go the Cavern of Lost Souls, and trust me, what you're about to see will leave you scratching your head.
Gotta watch out, I don't want to cut myself. I'm just exploring. Just seeing everything. I don't know any other explorers or people who have actually came.
This isn't your average cave. Opened in 1836 and closed around 1960. This Welsh slate mine holds a secret 200 feet underground. Brace yourselves, because it's filled with hundreds of abandoned cars. Hundreds, and no one knows how they got there. This place has become a dumping ground. Fridges, TVs, microwaves, even entire cars are tossed down a small opening. Landing in this deeply flooded chamber, it's a scene straight out of a fever dream. A single ray of light pierces the darkness, revealing a twisted, rusting pile of metal and machinery. Just look at that, cars stacked upon cars. Who knows what else is hidden in that mess? Oh, and check it out, they even found a sword. This is a place where the mundane and the bizarre collide. Why were these cars dumped here? Was it simply a matter of convenience, or is there a darker secret buried beneath the surface? While it may not be inherently creepy, It's a question that lingers a puzzle with missing pieces. Bigfoot, it's a mystery that should have been solved by now, right? Either debunked or proven beyond a shadow of a doubt, but this legend just refuses to die. Take this clip from December 2012, for example. Now, let me be up front. I'm skeptical. I've seen far more convincing Bigfoot footage than this, but it's floating around out there in the Bigfoot-obsessed corners of the internet. So let's take a look. If you squint, you can see a few dark figures standing amongst the trees and bushes. They're not moving. In this short clip, Bigfoot believers are calling it proof. But could we really consider this shaky, blurry footage as valid evidence of Sasquatch? Personally, I'm not convinced. It could easily be shadows, a trick of the light, or just plain old dark spots. The clip is too brief, the footage too unstable to definitively say it's Bigfoot, but hey, I could be wrong. If you think otherwise, let me know in the comments. After all, the mystery of Bigfoot endures, and maybe, just maybe, this is a piece of the puzzle. Next up is a mystery that will leave you wondering if it's real or a hoax. This footage takes us to the mountains where someone's recording a video focused on a cave. But it's what's inside the cave that'll make you do a double take there. Standing eerily still is a human-like figure, but here's where it gets weird. It has a glowing head. Think Mysterio from Spider-Man, that's the vibe we're getting here. Now let's address the obvious questions. Where is this? Is this some kind of elaborate hoax, a staged publicity stunt? We've seen people do crazier things, but what if it's not fake? What could it possibly be? The glowing head, the unsettling stillness. It's both captivating and utterly bizarre. Is it a technological marvel or something not of this world? This raises more questions than it answers. Skunkaball Bigfoot from Lettuce Lake Park, Florida. In this footage, a man by the name of Matt caught what he thought was a skunk ape, also known as a swamp ape of Florida Bigfoot. He was canoeing around Lettuce Lake Park when he saw what he initially thought was a bear. However, the length of its arms and its gait and the large size of the creature has led people to speculate on whether or not this creature could possibly be a bear. Also, the fact that the creature walked through the swamp and ease has made people think that the video, in fact, shows a skunk ape. He told a park ranger about it, but she said that base don't generally get into the swamp and that sightings rarely happen. She had no idea what the creature was. Matt never put much faith in the old skunk ape legends, but by closely examining the footage, he has no explanation for what the footage actually shows, according to Matt and the YouTube channel Bigfoot Evidence. If it's a person, they're either are completely insane by walking, swimming, and diving in an area where there are hundreds of 12-foot gators and water moccasins everywhere. Matt said you've served the creature for a while and wouldn't seem to notice him. It went underwater and vanished. He even paddled up there and was nowhere to be seen. The secrets the wild might be hiding, some of them stranger than any fiction. Okay, I'm not sure what to make of this next one.
Over where?
This little girl is complaining to an adult about something in the woods. The adult turns the camera in the direction. She's pointing, and there seems to be somebody behind the trees now. Let's slow it down and take a closer look. What do you think? Is that really a human? To my eyes, it's a humanoid figure, but I can't be certain. This figure seems to have no head, a human body with no head, and I don't think it's wearing any clothes. It looks more like a smoky outline of a person. I'm pretty sure this isn't a hoax who would involve a kid in something like that. Just for views, this is genuinely creepy. Any guesses what it could be? There are kids around. Could they be in danger? If you are enjoying this so far, consider subscribing. It really helps me keep this channel going. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Venturing into the woods at night is never a good idea, and this next clip is a prime example of why.
The hell, do you see that over there? Oh shit! What the?
We've got two guys strolling through the forest in the dead of night. It's pitch black, their flashlight barely cutting through the darkness, yet they seem completely unfazed about a minute. and they spot something odd, a masquerade mask lying on what looks like a dirty bedshed. Now here's a question they should have asked themselves. How is that mask so pristine white while everything around it is filthy? It's almost as if someone deliberately placed it there. But hey, these guys aren't exactly Sherlock Holmes. If they were, they wouldn't be wandering around the woods in the dark a bit further on. They find another mask this time, a full-face one hanging from a tree with tape, still white, still creepy. They pick it up, examine it, completely oblivious to the growing unease, and then, did you see that a figure in a black costume and matching mask? Our adventurers finally get a dose of fear and take off running. What was that masked figure doing out there? Did our guy accidentally stumble upon some bizarre ritual? We may never know. But one thing is clear, I told you so. Stay out of the woods at night. Actually, just stay out of the woods, period, unless you want to end up as prey a ritual sacrifice or tonight's special for a cannibal cult. This video captures a scene that sparks up thoughts in the minds of Bigfoot critics. The creature emerges from a thicket and walks at a fast pace, though cautiously behind a huge rock. It can even be seen looking at the recorder of this video. And it doesn't seem bothered by the fact that it is being watched. It stalls behind the rock, and when it emerges in its arms is what looks like a baby. When the video is stabilized and zoomed in, we can see its face clearly, which resembles that of a gorilla. The fact that it is bipedal distinguishes it from ape creatures. Since they walk on fours, it is covered in a thick black coat of fur and seems to be a tall creature. It looks like it could be fleeing from some sort of danger, or it could be taking its baby to safety. Could this be a hoax, a person and their child dressed in disguises to draw attention, or could this actually be the Bigfoot who is only looking after the safety of their child? Our next clip offers a glimpse into the curious workings of the human mind, that strange tendency to believe irrational actions can have real-world effects. Case in point, the Nevada shoe tree messages on the bottom of the soles are on the sides like their names and stuff, but so this is the Nevada shoe tree. Yes, you heard that right, a shoe tree now. Footwear doesn't magically sprout from this tree, but people have been flinging shoes onto its branches for ages. It's a long-standing well. I'm not sure if I'd call it a ritual or a superstition. The guy filming mentions that there used to be another shoe tree that met an unfortunate end, and folks simply transferred their shoe throwing tradition to this one. Just look at it. The sheer number of shoes dangling from those branches is mind-boggling. I'm dying to know why people do this. Is there a specific reason, a belief attached to it? If anyone has any insights, please share them in the comments. Oh, and wait a second, is that a bra hanging up there too? Looks like we might need to rename this the Nevada Shoe and Bra Tree. The Prince Edward Island quadrupedal clip.
What the? Holy shit! Did you see that?
In 2005, a student named Nathan Wiley and some friends were in the forest on Prince Edward Island, filming a video for school while he needed a clip in which a person was seen running from the woods, according to the filmmaker. As the boy in the clip was moving from the trees, a huge ape-like creature emerged from the opposite side of the forest. The creature can be seen running across the screen. At high speed, the person in the video is not actually running from Bigfoot, but rather filming a scene. The fact that it was filmed for a student project has sparked controversy surrounding the video. According to Sasquatch experts, a Sasquatch will start running on all fours for speed when it gets startled. It is presumed that the Sasquatch started running when it was startled by the human activity of the kid running. Next up, a sign from the skies that's bound to leave you wondering. I don't know what this is, but it's way above where the planes fly. That's gonna cut out. Check out this strange blue light hovering high above the person filming. Insists it's not an aircraft, way too high up and moving far too slowly. Satellites, planets, meteors, none of those seem to fit the bill. This thing is definitely within Earth's atmosphere, just at an unusual altitude. So what could it be? I'm inclined to agree that it's not a plane, but the shape, it's almost like those artist renditions of black holes we see circular with a stream of light or some unknown substance emanating from the center. Could this be an unknown flying object, and then just like that, it's gone, vanished? This rules out any man-made object. Airplanes and meteors don't just disappear into thin air. This felt deliberate, like someone F a switch and turned off the light with all the recent declassification of government files and former military personnel coming forward with their own unknown flying object encounters. It makes you wonder what's really up there. Are they here? And if so, what are their capabilities? How advanced must their technology be to traverse the vastness of space? Bigfoot sighting on Michigan Live Eagle Cam. An Eagle Cam set up to monitor an eagle family's progress by the state's Department of Natural Resources, and out our website, Carbon TV allegedly caught a Bigfoot walking on two legs going around trees and bushes on the forest floor beneath the eagle nest, and the clip baby eagle is peeping the nest when the creature suddenly pops up. The camera was mounted to a tree near the Platte River State Fish Hatchery, about 30 miles west of Traverse City, placed there to highlight a bald eagle nest. Many people have come forward to say the clip is intriguing, but ultimately inconclusive. It is open to interpretation whether the creature's Bigfoot, a person in the costume of something else entirely, given the lack of scale and detail in the image of the figure. It remains to be just an interesting video. If you ask experts, our attention to a creature that seems truly out of this world.
这个是什么蛇？这个是蛇嘛？它蛇头不一样啊？
Honestly, I have no idea what we're looking at here. Is it a worm, a snake, some kind of amphibian? It's hard to say, but the most bizarre part is definitely the head, or what appears to be the head. It looks like the flukes of a whale, but positioned at the front of its body. Here's a thought. Is it possible this creature is actually moving backward, creating the illusion that the fluke is the head, but then again, back end looks normal? A typical creature's tail. I'm stumped. All I can say for sure is that this is one bizarre specimen. It just goes to show the incredible diversity of life on Earth, from single-celled organisms to the mighty dinosaurs. Mother Nature is truly the greatest artist of all time, and sometimes her creations are just a little bit. Bigfoots have always been a top topic of interest for many. Some have even gone past limits to just get a hold of some evidence which points towards the existence of these mighty creatures. One such guy happened to actually record a clip of the infamous Bigfoot on his camera. The giant creature, caught for a glimpse, presents a body covered completely in dark hair, is spotted passing by the camera while staring straight at it. The camera was mounted in a very deep spot in the woods. Therefore, the chances of it being a human are slim. Moreover, the face looks so strange, it certainly did not look like belonging to a human. Or if it was a human, the makeup team must be really good. My personal opinion. Picture this. You're on a peaceful walk through the woods, the kind where the only sounds are the rustle of leaves and the chirps of distant birds. But suddenly the tranquility is broken by the sound of your own heavy breathing and an unexpected encounter. The video rolling on your screen right now captures a tense moment where man meets wild with nerves of steel is walking backwards down a narrow trail. His phone camera capturing a sight that's both beautiful and alarming. Right there. Not too far behind him is a mama bear and her two adorable cubs. They're ambling down the path as if they own it, and well, in a way they do. You can hear the man trying to keep it light, muttering, "Come on guys, give me a break." His voice a mix of awe and anxiety. Those cubs just keep coming, curious and oblivious to the human's dilemma. The video cuts off before we find out, leaving us hanging on the edge of our seats. So what do you think happened next? Did our backward walker finally get his break, or did the bear family decide to tag along a little longer? You never know when driving out at night can turn into a scary experience for you. Something similar happened to the guy in this video who was driving alone when he saw something on the side of the road. It was a woman who, all alone on the side of a remote road with no light, was mocking herself. Sorry, I can't show you this uncensored video. When he stopped to ask if she needed help, she only made a terrifying sound. I have to admire the courage of this man who stopped and asked her if she was okay and kept his cool even when the encounter got even more creepy. But what really happened to this woman? She ghost or crazy? What do you think? Bigfoot hunted by helicopter on February 17, 2011. A video was posted to YouTube with the title "Bigfoot hunted by helicopter." It was filmed at an unknown location. The description of the original video stated that a woman and her husband took their kids target shooting while a helicopter over their heads were annoying them. The entire time they thought at first that they were curious of why and what they were shooting, but when they later watched the footage, they noticed something looking like a Bigfoot running in the trees.
Whoa. Whoa, that was a big kick. You okay, Brock? You okay?
According to them, the people in the helicopter could have been hunting Bigfoot. The clip shows a boy who is being taught how to shoot a gun. The kid starts out by firing a .22 caliber rifle twice, and then switches to the more powerful shotgun immediately following the explosion of the shotgun. A black figure can be seen running across the background.
Whoa. Whoa, that was a big kick.
In the last few frames of the clip, the creature can be viewed switching from a 2-foot stance to all fours. A helicopter can also be heard throughout the video, and when the creature is seen, the sound of the helicopter gets louder. The creature only moves after the explosion of the high-powered gun, which has made people think that it only moved because it was startled by the loud sound, according to others. This could have also been a cue for the person acting as Bigfoot to start running. This video was recorded by a man who kept hearing weird sounds from an abandoned building near to where he lived. So one night, he decided to go check what was happening and see if there was anyone there. But what he did not know was that he was about to witness a very dangerous situation as he moves towards the building with the flashlight on. A figure appears inside the building behind the wall. What looked like a tall, dark, human-like figure with glowing eyes stared straight at the man. I don't know about you, but at this point I would close the recording and head back home immediately, but instead this man followed the figure. Once inside, we can clearly see that there is no one. Where did the figure go? Was it a ghost or just a guy playing pranks on others? Honestly, looking at those scary eyes, it did not look like a normal human being to me. However, the conclusion is still yours to make. Nature isn't always peaceful and quiet. Sometimes it can get way scarier than you can even imagine. Take this clip, for instance. It was a usual day with nothing weird happening until the lightning struck and hit the water straight, and in a second we saw huge waves splashing and damaging things everywhere. It looked like someone tried cutting the water in half with a gun from a science fiction movie. What exactly was that? Was it some kind of lightning or a controlled explosion?
You could tell the immense size of the creature by comparing it to my head.
In a recent video, this man, Peter,
My father shot the Bigfoot in 1953. They had to cut it up.
makes bold claims about possessing the head of Bigfoot, that his father had taken it down 65 years ago and had kept the body parts frozen in their freezer to me. This man, despite really expressing the fact that it is Bigfoot's head, I think it could be some kind of act seeking attention from viewers. As far as I know, that could be a perfectly made sculpt from all the video references about Bigfoot. I'm sure its head doesn't take a human form, but rather more of a, like, we cannot say for sure if that's the real deal just by looking at the clip, but it might be a step forward knowing the existence of unknown earthly creatures. Imagine something more terrifying than just spotting a strange creature in the forest when you're alone. How about being stalked by one? Well, that's exactly what happened to this tracker in the video he recorded during his forest venture. Dense woods stretch out in front of us, and there's something enormous and black directly staring at the camera. This mysterious figure moves slowly, evident from the falling snow as it shifts. It's covered in thick black fur, and its head shape leans towards the humanoid side. To many, it resembled the classic description of a Bigfoot, despite the eerie encounter. The tracker courageously heads towards the spot where the creature was seen, providing a closer look. That's a pretty bold move considering the size and strangeness of the creature lurking in the forest. Imagine you're on a forest safari and you spot a majestic lion just outside your car. Your natural instinct would probably be to capture some stunning pictures, right? But would you ever consider petting the lion? Well, in this video from a forest safari, a tourist did just that. They stopped their car when they saw the lion and started petting it through the open window. However, the lion wasn't thrilled about the impromptu affection and got agitated. The tourist, realizing the lion's change in mood, attempted to close the window but struggled to do so. The lion, now in an aggressive state, roared and made a slight attempt to attack. Quick thinking saved the day as the tourist managed to close the window just in time, and the video abruptly ends. It's a close call, and many would argue that it was the tourists' fault for annoying such a formidable creature. Thank goodness the lion wasn't hungry or in a more aggressive mood. Things could have taken a dangerous turn for the tourists. This footage dates back to 1993, capturing a shocking event that fueled skepticism about the existence of aliens in the video. A serene green field is the backdrop for several cows peacefully grazing. However, things take a bizarre turn when a cow from the distant group starts levitating towards the sky in a straight line as if something is pulling it upward as the camera pans. Towards the sky, a large bright object shaped like a plate comes into view. The cow disappears into this object, which then rapidly takes off. The following day, the lifeless body of the cow was discovered in a nearby field, seemingly drained of blood. The media interviewed ranch and farm owners in the vicinity, and many expressed anger and frustration about the apparent abduction. One farmer took an unusual precaution, adding antlers to his cows to disguise them as bucks, hoping to deter aliens from abducting them. While the video could be interpreted as a parody, if genuine, it challenges the beliefs of those who deny the existence of extraterrestrial encounters ever. A curious visitor peeps in at the window. I've watched this video a few times, and with each shift in focus, another probability emerges. Is it a little gray man on his first abduction mission, or is it a black cat? The enhanced replay with more light seems to reveal a hairy humanoid creature covered in fur or leaves with two glowing eyes that remains all but camouflaged in the dark. Let us know what you see. Wrong answers only. They could GoPro sighting by dogs. In this video, a man has strapped a GoPro camera to his dog, which then allegedly filmed a sighting of Bigfoot in the woods. The video simply shows the dog walking through the grassy woods. When if they just suddenly runs by? The creature stands up on two legs like a human would, but also appears hairy and ate like